Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects every single one of us: network security and threats. Imagine your digital life as a fortress. Without strong defenses, hackers can sneak in, steal your data, or even hold it hostage. Scary, right? But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll understand how firewalls, encryption, and secure coding act like knights, moats, and shields for your online world. So let's get started. Picture this: a hospital in Chile needs to send a patient's medical records to a partner clinic in India. It seems pretty simple, but here's the catch: cyber criminals are always lurking. What could go wrong? First, hackers could intercept the file mid-journey, like someone eavesdropping on a phone call. Second, they might tamper with the data, say changing diagnosis or deleting critical info. Third, they could steal login credentials or impersonate the sender. Think of it like mailing a secret recipe. If the envelope isn't sealed tightly, anyone along the route could peek, alter, or steal it. That's why securing data transfers isn't optional, it's essential. Now, let's talk about firewalls, the drawbridge to your digital castle. A firewall is like a strict bouncer at a club. It decides who gets in and who's kicked out. Here's how it works. Networks have ports, like numbered doors. For example, port 80 is the web door for browsing. If you're streaming music, the firewall opens port 443. But if a hacker tries to sneak in through port 23, used for outdated telnet connections, the firewall slams that door shut. Why not leave all doors open? Imagine leaving every window in your house unlocked. It's an invitation for trouble. Schools, for instance, use firewalls to block gaming sites by closing non-essential ports. And that's pretty smart, right? Next up, proxy servers, your invisible online sidekick. Imagine you're at a library and instead of grabbing a book yourself, you ask the librarian to fetch it. The librarian doesn't reveal your name. That's a proxy. Proxies do three things. They hide your IP address, letting you stream shows from other countries, block sketchy content like your school banning TikTok during exams, speed up browsing by saving copies of frequently visited sites, like caching memes for instant laughs. But there's a catch. If a website updates after it's cached, you might see yesterday's news until you refresh. It's annoying, but a small price for privacy. Ever sent a secret note in class? Encryption works the same way. It scrambles your data into unreadable gibberish, unless you have a key. Let's say you password protect a zip file on holiday photos. Without the password, all hackers see as chaos, like XK8 hashtag QT %Z. But if they phish your password, it's game over. That's why apps like WhatsApp use end-to-end encryption. Only you and your friend hold the keys. And here's a fun fact. When you see HTTPS in a URL, that S stands for secure. It means your credit card details are encrypted during checkout. If there's no S, then you should not trust it. Now let's meet the malware family: viruses, worms, and Trojans. Viruses are like flu germs. They attach to files like infected Word documents and spread when you open them. Do you remember the I love you virus? It hid in love letters and wiped millions of files. Worms are worse. They don't need you. The 2003 SQL slammer worm infected 75,000 servers in 10 minutes by exploiting weak spots. Trojans pretend to be harmless. Imagine downloading a free game that secretly lets hackers control your webcam. That can be considered quite creepy. But the bottom line, malware is why you never click suspicious links, even from friends. Have you ever received an email, something similar to urgent, your Netflix account is locked? That's phishing. Hackers bait you with fear or curiosity to steal passwords. But who falls for it then? Anyone. Teens, grandparents, even CEOs of large companies. The fake site looks identical to Netflix until you spot the URL. And it could be anything like netfl1x-security.com. Now, the consequences of identity theft, it could lead to drained bank accounts or ransomware, locking your files until you pay up. Always double check URLs and ask, would Netflix really email me like this? Let's talk about secure coding, the art of building apps without weak spots. First up, buffer overflow. Imagine pouring 2 liters of soda or any fizzy drink into a 1 liter bottle. The overflow spills into the next bottle, ruining both. Hackers exploit this chaos to sneak in malicious code. So what's the fix? Limit input fields, like only allowing 10 characters for a username. Second, SQL injection. Suppose a login form asks you for your ID. A hacker types or 1 equals 1 hyphen a code trick that says, hey database, give me everyone's data. So what's the fix? Sanitize inputs, like using digital filters to block rogue code. So what's the takeaway then? A tiny coding mistake can cost companies millions. Just ask Equifax, where a SQL flaw exposed 147 million social security numbers. So how do we catch hackers? With monitoring tools, the security cameras of the internet. Packet sniffers detect odd traffic, like a sudden 1 gigabyte upload at 3 a.m. Unless you're uploading a movie, that's suspicious. User logs track failed logins. 50 attempts in 5 minutes, that's a brute force attack. And the prevention, well, update everything. Those annoying software patches fix holes hackers love. And anti-malware tools, they're like antivirus shots for your PC. Make sure you install them. Let's revisit history's biggest cyber disasters. WannaCry in 2017. A worm locked hospitals' patient files, demanding Bitcoin ransoms. And the lesson? Well, update Windows. The patch was ready, but many ignored it. The Equifax breach in 2017. A single SQL flaw exposed 147 million social security numbers. These aren't just tech issues, they're life and death. So make sure you stay vigilant. Finally, your turn to be a cyber hero. Use strong passwords, mixed letters, numbers, and symbols. Something like purple tiger with a dollar symbol 2023 beats password 123 any day. Enable two-factor authentication. Even if hackers get your password, they'll need a text code. Avoid public Wi-Fi for banking. It's like shouting your PIN in a coffee shop. Remember, Security isn't just for experts, it's for everyone. So stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. And if you've enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our next tech deep dive. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help. So until next time, keep your digital drawbridge up and your password stronger than ever. Bye for now.